Hello and welcome to TVC News. I am Ngozi Alebu. Emergency officials have arrived at the scene of a derailed train which occurred earlier at Ashade Mongoro on the Lagos axis of the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway. General Manager of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, Additional Tiamiyu, who confirmed the incident to TVC News, says the situation is under control and that the injured have been taken to the hospital. Right, our correspondent Sarah Yeku is at the scene of the incident and she joins me now for more on this unfortunate incident at Mongoro. Sarah, good morning to you. What can you tell us about this situation now?
All right, this incident happened at about 7:15 a.m. Early this morning, and although no casualty was recorded, the incident involved this train that derailed on its track while en route the mainland from Iju, and according to some bystanders, they told us that the train was full to capacity, and you had some persons even sitting on top of the train at the time when this incident happened. But although no casualty was recorded, earlier we spoke with some emergency management agencies, that's from LASEMA, and he told us that although as at the time they got the news of this incident while they were on their way to another incident that happened just on the mainland, that when they got to the scene, there was no person injured, although bystanders said that persons were injured. But when they got here, they didn't find any injured person. They didn't see anybody that was injured. And so for those persons who were injured or who were in the train as at the time it happened, they had left the scene before the emergency responders got to the scene. And so it was a situation of it was just the eyewitnesses that had to tell the emergency responders what actually happened. Now, while we further investigation as to what caused the train to derail, we realized that some parts of the track around this Mongoro area is faulty. And when we spoke to the LASEMA boss, he told us that an incident like this had happened some days back, and that officials of the NRC were making plans to repair those faulty parts on the rail, but it seems no help or no repair has been done so far to ensure that an incident like this does not happen again. And so what you have now is officials of the NRC, that's the Nigeria Railway Corporation, they've condoned off the area to ensure that no person, no bystander, even journalists do not even pass this red line. They have told us that we should leave the area of the scene of the incident and move behind the red line so that they can carry out their investigations and also evacuate the train.
And of course, what are you able to tell us about their findings so far? Are you hearing anything from the NRC, that's the Railway Corporation officials, as to the level of damage before this incident happened?
Earlier, as I tried speaking with the official, that's the Director of Operations of the NRC, who is right here on the scene, is the one standing behind me with the striped shirt, and he said that he cannot tell us anything for now until their cranes, their equipment is here to evacuate the train. And so for an official statement from the NRC, we still don't have one yet, but from the bystanders, we have heard that over time that they noticed that the railway from the junction there, that's the railway crossing, had been faulty, because that's where you have cars also passing through that railway, that road. And so a lot of them had complained earlier that the railways were faulty, but they told us that they had nobody to complain to, as they felt that nobody was going to listen to them. And so you find a lot of them this morning, they were a bit angry as to the fact that why is it that now we're reporting this at this time when we should have done our own investigations as to how faulty the rail lines are. But even if you look at the state of the train, you would see that the coaches are a bit rusty, and you know, one would wonder how this kind of train is still operating at this time, even on these faulty rail lines. So for the bystanders, they told us that at the point where they sell the tickets, they stopped selling the tickets so that because of this incident, so you have no train moving on this axis as at this time. So because they cordon off the area, they're trying to evacuate this train from the railway tracks, but then so no railway can come up on, no train can use this railway at this time. But for a statement from the NRC, we still don't have one yet because they said they are trying to evacuate the train first to manage the situation, and so that's what they are telling us.
And how long is that evacuation likely to last? I can already imagine what impact this may be having on traffic.
Of course, just behind the cameraman, you see the traffic building up, and it's been like that since morning. Since we got to this area, the traffic inward from Ikeja, Guinness Road to this road that you see, the traffic is really building up. But you know, for a situation like this, it's important that, of course, you have officials of the FRSC, LASMA on ground to ensure that there's free flow of traffic. But of course, you know that persons will still want to wait a bit to see what is going on here. Bystanders will still want to get their own side of the story. They still want to hear what's going on. So as to what is causing the traffic, it's not the train, but of course the movement of persons, some cars along this axis is a bit delayed because they want to see what is going on at this Mangor area.
All right, Sarah Yoku, our correspondent there. What a challenging situation you have. The aircraft going overhead. Of course, the Mangor area is very close to the local and, of course, the international airport there. So it explains the loud aircraft sound that you hear in the background as Sarah was giving us that report. Earlier on TVC Breakfast, we had the general manager of LASEMA, Mr. Tiamiyu Additional, speaking to us about the events that led to this incident. Let's hear him.
The people I met on ground here claimed there was no casualty. But some other people also said those who were injured were taken away either by their friends or relatives on scene, or they ran away knowing fully well that most of them were illegally perched on the side or on top of the train. So, but the one that completely fell here, we can ascertain that it's not falling on anybody. There are just 3 of the coaches left. The other one continues its journey. What we are expecting now is the Nigerian Railway Corporation crane to start picking the coaches one after the other to their Ikeja base and then free the track. But I must also impress it on the public that this thing has been on for some time. They complained about the state of the track around the Ashadi Market Point here. I know we responded to an urgent need to come and draw their attention to this thing over the weekend. And some of their men here were telling us that this is due for repair on Sunday. But now it has happened, so an urgent need to fix this thing is important now.